Good morning, Standard 5 students. Today in science, we will discuss about tides and artificial satellites in chapter 13. So, let us start about the tides and artificial satellites. So, first we will discuss about artificial satellites. So, let us see about the, first we will discuss about tides. So, let us see about the tides in this chapter. So, the topic is the moon and the tides. So, let us see about what are tides first. Tides are periodic rise and fall of water in large water bodies. So, when waves are going very much high and again it is coming down. So, this rise and fall of water waves in large water bodies is known as tides. How are tides caused? So, tides are mainly caused due to the gravitational attraction between the sun or the moon and the earth. So, sun and moon both attracts the earth. So, according to that, tides occur. So, the moon and the tides. The highest tides occur during full moons and new moons. When the sun and moon are aligned and their gravitational forces pull together on Earth's oceans, the effect is slightly stronger when the moon reaches its perigee, the closest point in the earth in its elliptical orbit. So, moon is in perigee, closest to the earth. Then it pulls the water bodies, it pulls the earth with a great gravitational force. So, water bodies are affected by this gravitational pull of the moon and tides occur. You can see in this the high zone, surf zone and the low zone. So, high tides and low tides occur due to the gravitational pull of the moon. So, the rotation of the earth causes two tides every day. Due to rotation of the earth, the position of the sun and the moon changes and it causes two low tides every day. Basically, tides are caused by the moon's gravity. The moon pulls water on the earth towards itself, causing a bulge on the side of the earth near the moon. So, you can see the picture also. Here, the water bulges out towards the side of the moon, the water bulges out. High tides and low tides, high tides and low tides. So, there are two types of tides, high tides and low tides. Since the moon is closer to the earth than the sun, its gravity and pull is stronger than that of the sun. So, all of you know that moon is our nearest neighbor. So, moon is nearer to the earth than that of the sun. Sun is very much far from the earth. So, the water of the seas and oceans on the side of the earth facing the moon is attracted upwards. So, moon's gravitational pull is stronger on the earth and the water bodies in the seas and oceans. So, that side which is facing the moon is attracted upwards. This attraction causes high tides. When the attraction is there high towards the earth, then it is high tide. This attraction causes high tides in the areas between the two high tides. The water forms low tides. Between two high tides, there is low tide. There is a low tide. You can see the picture also, low tide. Two high tides are both the sides. You can see the bulging out of the water bodies. These are called high tides, and between these high tides there is low tide. So you can see the picture. It is given that high tides both the sides and low tides on the in the between of high tides. So this is low tides and high tides of the water bodies on the earth due to the moon's gravity. Now the next topic is artificial satellite. So let us see about what is artificial satellite. A man-made object that orbits the planet Earth. So it is a man-made, that's why it is known as artificial. Natural satellite of the Earth, you know that it is moon, but man also made many artificial satellites to orbit the planet Earth to get many types of information. So an artificial satellite is an object that people have made and launched into orbit using rockets. Now we have to cross the gravitational pull of the earth to reach the space to orbit the planet. There are currently over 1,000 active satellites orbiting the earth. Many satellites are orbiting the earth. These objects are called artificial satellites to distinguish them from natural satellites such as Earth's moon. Because there are natural satellites also, that is moon. So we distinguish them from the natural satellite by telling them artificial satellite because they are made by the man, they are not natural. So artificial satellite, you can see it is orbiting the planet Earth. Here also, in order to launch artificial satellites into space, we need to overcome Earth's gravity. Without overcoming the Earth's gravity, we cannot go outside the Earth. So This is achieved through launching satellites by powerful rockets. So, powerful rockets break the Earth's gravitational pull and it goes outside the Earth's gravitational pull into space. When an artificial satellite is launched, a rocket takes it up in the space. Later, the satellite is put into the orbit. Later, it is put into the orbit and it revolves around the planet. You can see how it is launched by the rocket. A space shuttle inside, there is a space shuttle inside the artificial satellite. It has all the facilities inside for the spaceman that is going to the space with the artificial satellite. Let us see about this. Facilities in the space shuttle. Nowadays, space shuttle are used to launch satellites and to recover damaged satellite and return them to the Earth. So, a space shuttle has many facilities which help the astronauts to live in space for many days, because they have to live and search for many different things in the space. So, they have to live many days. So, all the facilities for living many days in the space is provided inside the space shuttle. In a space shuttle, along with the pilots, engineers who can operate and repair the instruments, scientists who carry out experiments, and astronomers who study the universe also travel. So, they all are needed for the space travel, like pilots, engineers are also there who can operate and repair if any problem is there, scientists who are carrying out the experiment in the space, and astronomers who study the universe also go with the others in the space travel. Now, uses of artificial satellites. There are different types of artificial satellites, and according to the name it is given, it is their use. So, different kinds of artificial satellites are designed for different purposes. First is communication satellite. From the name only you can understand, they send telephone, television and other electronic signals to and from different places of the earth, so that we can communicate with each other by sitting in our home. We can see the matches around the world, and many different news also we are getting from around the world with the help of communication satellite, and we get through the television and other electronic appliances. Now, next is navigation satellites. So, what is navigation satellite? They send messages from one country to another from the land to an aircraft or a ship. Determine the exact locations which help people to travel to remote places. Now, they navigate, they can show the direction so that people can travel to remote places. Next is weather satellites. From the name only you can understand, they help us to study weather patterns and forecast the weather. You see on television and radio, there is a forecast about the today's weather or tomorrow's weather. So, they are done by the help of weather satellites. They take pictures or movement of clouds also, and they say about it will rain or it will remain cloudy or it will remain a sunny weather. They have special infrared cameras which take photographs. They have infrared cameras which take a very fine photograph of heat waves given off by the earth. The temperatures of different parts of the earth can be calculated from these photographs. They have infrared cameras which can calculate, with the help of that they can calculate the temperature of different parts of the earth, and they can say also what will be the temperature today or tomorrow. Now, earth observing satellites. The satellites photograph the earth. They take the photograph of the earth. They help to locate mineral deposits, fresh water supplies and new areas where crops can be grown. With the help of this different things we can understand. They also help to identify sources of pollution and its effects, as well as to detect the spread of diseases in crops. So, many different uses of artificial satellites are there. So, they help us to do different types of search on the earth. Now, one is military satellite. The spy satellites can detect the launch of missiles, etc. They can detect the launch of missiles from other countries. They can say about they are spy. Astronomers use satellites to make spatial measurements of the solar system, stars and galaxies. They can measure the different measurements of solar system, stars and galaxies they can take with the help of this satellite. Now, some questions are there. Name the first artificial satellite of India. So, the first artificial satellite of India was Aryabhat. It was named after the great Indian astronomer of the same name. Aryabhat was the great Indian astronomer. So to honor his name, the first artificial satellite of India was given the name Aryabhat. It was launched by Russia on 19th April 1975. You can see the picture also. Aryabhat picture, in this picture you can see Aryabhat April 1975 it was launched, India's first artificial satellite. Okay. Now next you can see this 1975 India's first satellite Aryabhatta launched in orbit from Kapustin, Russia. And it was launched from Russia only, from Russia. It was launched, but it was India's first satellite. Now there is recent satellites named GSAT-15 and GSAT-18. GSAT-15 and GSAT-18 are the most recent artificial satellites launched by India in 2015 and 2016 respectively. GSAT-15 was launched in 2015 and GSAT-18 was launched in 2016. Now next is name the first artificial satellite in the world. The whole world, the first artificial satellite was launched by Russia in 1957, that was Sputnik 1. This is the world's first artificial satellite launched by Russia. You can see the picture of India's Indian telecom satellite GSAT-15 launched in the year 2015, and this GSAT-18 is launched in the year 2018. Now you can see Sputnik 1 that is launched by Russia. This is the first artificial satellite of the world. And one more interesting fact is that this is Laika. She was the first earthling to enter space, the first dog, the first living things that entered the space with Sputnik 2 was dog Laika. And she was the only living creature who was sent without a recovery system in place. Now it was sent, Laika dog was sent first to the space. Now you can see space. November 3rd, 1957, Laika the dog launches with Sputnik 2. She was launched with Sputnik 2. So on November 3rd, 1957, Laika was launched into space aboard the Soviet spacecraft Sputnik 2. First dog in space. He was the first dog, first living thing. Was the first animal to orbit the Earth. Laika died by the fourth circuit of flight from overheating. So the temperature was so high that Laika cannot survive and she died. Sputnik 2 with Laika's remains disintegrated recently on April 14th, 1958 after 2,570 orbits of the Earth. After taking 2,570 orbits of the Earth, the Sputnik Laika remains disintegrated. Now, as Sputnik 2 was not designed to be reachable, that the mission sparked a worldwide debate on animal testing in science. So, Laika died, so many animal lovers were just, they were not happy, they were very sad. So, that debate was there on the animal testing in science, how animals should be used in its science experiments or not. It was a case of debate after the this space travel. In 2008, Russia unveiled a monument to Laika, a dog standing on top of a rocket. You can see the monument here, Laika standing on the top of the rocket. So it was honored and given to the dog Laika after this. Now, thank you students, all of you. Again, we will meet in the next class. Thank you all.